There are some places that are so restricted and monitored that it is impossible to get inside or even leave. It may get dangerous here, so be on the lookout as we explore in today's video the most protected locations on Earth. Number 1. While the Vatican may be the smallest nation on Earth, there is a far smaller area nearby that is home to some enigmatic activity. Sealand is an area that asserts sovereignty or independence but isn't formally recognized as a country, which is why you may not be familiar with it. Its foundation is Fort Ruffs, an offshore platform located 7.5 miles off the east coast of England in the North Sea. Sealand's past is now exceedingly peculiar and intricate. Originally constructed to guard British waters during World War II, Fort Ruffs was decommissioned and taken over by Patrick Roy Bates in the 1960s. Since it was outside of the UK's legal borders, he intended to operate a pirate radio station there. In 2000, a data haven by the name of Havenco registered their address on Sealand. Unrestricted areas that store and safeguard content and related data are known as data havens. Michael, the son of Patrick Bates, was one of the directors of Havenco, which was somewhat comparable to Tor, the browser that users used to access the dark web. Sealand had the authority to enact its own laws governing the kind of information that may be transmitted over it, given it had proclaimed its independence and was situated outside of UK territorial waters. Regarding the details of such information, everyone is keeping quiet. Havenco abruptly and unexplainably stopped operating in 2008 and vanished without a trace. But the Principality of Sealand continues. Michael, the son of Patrick, or Prince Michael of Sealand, as he is officially known, is currently conducting activities abroad. You can schedule a boat to come if Sealand's royal family, aka Michael, gives you permission. Number 2. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormon Church, has a massive 65,000 square foot archive located just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah, and the Wasatch Mountains. 3 billion pages of genealogical and family history information are kept by the Latter-day Saints in an archive tucked away 600 feet into the mountains. The church has spent a great deal of time and money gathering these records since 1894, and in more recent years, it has started to make them available online. More than 12 billion of our ancestors are supposedly represented in their archives, some of whom go as far back as the 1st century CE. Though the information is accessible to the public, the actual documents are very carefully safeguarded. There is one major entrance and 2 smaller passages that lead to the vault's 6 enormous chambers. Large 12-ton doors and 9-ton doors, respectively, guard the main entry and the lesser corridors. Every one of them is built to survive nuclear detonations. To avoid any unintentional manipulation, access is restricted to members of the public. Number 3. After Bold Lane Car Park in Derbyshire, England, became a crime hotspot, the local council upgraded it with cutting-edge technology to protect their vehicles in 1997 for £500,000, or almost $1.1 million in today's currency. Each driver receives a specific ticket upon entry that has a distinct barcode that activates the sensors in the parking bay's floor. The alarm system will sound if the automobile is moved without these sensors being deactivated, which the ticket holder alone is able to do. Furthermore, these tickets are your sole means of entry and exit, so potential thieves are unable to enter from the street without first leaving a car there. Prior to the security modifications in 1997, 161 incidents of criminal activity were documented in the region. But in the subsequent year, this figure plummeted to an absolute zero. Locals are therefore much more willing to spend a little bit more for that peace of mind, even though it costs more than other parking lots in the neighborhood. Number 4. At Fort Knox, there is a U.S. bullion depository that holds more than half of the government's gold reserves. They are the government organization in charge of managing the federal government's finances as well as the creation of money. They have to back up each dollar with a certain amount of gold in order to produce more of them. And an incredible 147.3 million ounces, or about 20 solid gold Boeing 747s, are stored in Fort Knox. Approximately 1 ounce of gold is worth $2,000. Fort Knox is estimated to be worth $295 billion altogether. Razor wire rings and explosives will rip and blow you to bits if you manage to sneak past the security posts that patrol the entire perimeter and guard each corner. If, by some chance, you make it through all of that, good luck entering the vault itself. The vault door is made of 21-inch solid steel that is resistant to drills and torches and weighs a whopping 20 tons. Regarding the key, nobody is aware of all the methods and strategies needed to enter. Rather, several staff members shared discrete combinations. Furthermore, it takes 100 hours for the door to properly unlock even if you have all of the codes. Number 5. The world's biggest, busiest, and most powerful gold storage reserve is overseen by the Federal Reserve, which is located at 33 Liberty Street in Manhattan. A massive 6,195 tons of dazzling, glittering material valued at about $357 billion are located just 80 feet below street level. Only 2% of that gold is owned by Americans. The central banks of 36 other countries own the remaining 98%. The Fed vault is so secure, nevertheless, that foreign banks prefer to keep their money there. Although there are several strong men with large weapons outside, no one is permitted to enter the vault itself. Pallets upon pallets of gold are moved into 122 chambers inside by robots. Since their owner returns the identical bars they deposited upon withdrawal, each one includes gold that has always belonged to a different account and has never been mingled. The compartments are likewise all numbered rather than named to maintain anonymity. Technically speaking, you can now reach them, but not before passing through a 140-ton steel and concrete door. Once inside, each compartment will require you to open an auditor seal, 2 combination locks, and a padlock. Meanwhile, motion-sensitive cameras scout the whole region around the clock. Which was the most ridiculous of those defended fortresses? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.